Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Annisa Zahra Hapizhah. I from class 2B. I will tell you about how to teach English to kindergarten students. English has become the main language of communication for citizens of the European Union, and early learning of English in the school context is becoming more common. However, the teaching of English from primary education is not very common in other European countries where education foreign language often start in primary school. First, language in primary education. Children to learn English to help educate the intergroup has its promotes greater tolerance toward other cultures and range. You need to read a pleasant climate in the classroom where the child is comfortable and creating a suitable atmosphere of the play and communication. The best way of working is not set goals at the moment in the fun of motivating. The main objects are: the first is participate in activities and games schedule. Learn vocabulary and structures, talk, hymns and songs. And next, understand simple stories and stories with minimal support and visual. Recognize vocabulary, talk, play, and drawing tags. Follow the routine and basic commands. Perform tasks according to their degree of maturity and share the care for classroom materials. To achieve this objective, we have to schedule a series of contacts that we deal with aspects of language must stimulate their interest. And the next, the context that must working class are: the first is basic, color, number, size, and snaps. The second is topics. Topics are the classroom, my family, my house, the course, the food, the body, animals, and transport. The third is intervaled manner and the season. We will be scheduling the variant festive. There are Halloween, Carnival. The next is educating location. The first is assembly, sitting in the circle or the rounds, having a point of reference to the teacher. The place used to tell stories, sing songs, play games. The second is equipment. It is important to always use the same structures to encourage assimilation. It's time. The first is the use of orders and oral instruction. The second is always positively evaluate their work to boost your confidence. The third is helping to organize the work. Is contest. We take the corners in the classroom for our classes, and in this we will find toys, painting, puzzles, and everything, and solution for two students who finish their work soon. The fourth is the panels. Children this age love to show their works throughout the world, so that however possible, so should contain a panel of English in the classroom to go by flashing, chips, drawing, and works. The fifth is cabinets. We must have a shelf or cabinets in each classroom the which to place books and posters. And the next is how through work, methodology, and research. In child's routine are very important, so we have to be contest in our model season. Some records that are recommended for teaching English are: the first is stories. The point simple with a little vocabulary and simple structure. They are recommended the big books. The second is form. Short stories and easy to understand and are categorized by the reparation of the dramatist children. The third is rhymes and songs. Are great for encouraging children's pronunciation in the entertaining way. The fourth is purpose. Young children love the dolls speak only English. The fifth is games. We cannot make computer games or with rules. The sixth is other materials. It is very important the element of surprise. We can use toys, clothes, earrings, and dolls. The next is how to evaluate. The first is evaluation of the student by looking at aspects such as include improving physically response, play game and activities, math, rhymes and song, identify basic vocabulary, and repeat simple phrases. The second is evaluation of the pilot science carried out. It is important to be critical of ourselves and continuously evaluate the methods. The next, if perceived the goals, teaching young children a foreign language and age approach manner means providing a full immersion education. Such programs simulate an environment of growing up with language by: the first is integrating the second language with instruction in other subjects. The second is giving learners ample opportunities to engage in meaningful discourse with other students and teachers use the foreign language. The third is exposing learners to a variety or native speaker of the target language. The fourth is focusing interaction on attaining the language skills needed for communication about and understanding academic subject matters, not on mastering and foreign language for their own sake. Adults need varying amounts of study time to reach proficiency in different language. Average language teaching is age appropriate. Young children need full immersion and imitates growing up with a language. The next is guidelines to understand. You have to embrace that the child listen and speak in English and not write it. And relate what you teach with the children already know in their own language. And try to speak as much English as possible. You know that children are not able to speak until they have heard for a long time, and I understand. Design activities so that everyone can succeed. Let the children respond in their mother tongue. When you say something in their mother tongue, repeat it, it in English. When ready, and last is when ready, you can ask them to speak. And start with single words to sentence. Use a lot repetition. The classes should be fun. Provide short and varied activities. Maintain a routine for children to feel comfortable. Start each class with a visual cue to let children know that now starts and how. Use songs, the vocabulary, the rhyme of language and grammar are learned through songs easily. And the last is use participatory activities to maintain an interest to children, also to help them learn. The next is use games that motivates them to learn and to make it fun. Use stories, children love them, and if a story is repeated many times, children become acquainted to the vocabulary and grammar and rhyme of language. Use your body language, facial experience are activities sources to help them understand. Uses many visual records for children to understand of meaning before knowing the words, and only use the negative language when needed to explain a game or for this clip. And do not translate. And the last is always use short, simple sentences to give instruction and ask. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.